Thank you all for coming here this weekend to spend the day with one of the most amazing people I know. I'm going to cry, just so you know. I understand that for most of you today, this was a weekend that required travel, but I think it's safe to say that the thought of missing Kristen Nick's special day wasn't even a question. So I'm Rachel. I'm one of Kristen's best friends since middle school. I'd say our official best friend title started in high school, but the beginning of our friendship really began in 6th grade when Kristen came running up to me in gym class, both of us decked out in our hideous, super unappealing Payless South gym clothes. A red t-shirt matched perfectly with our long, hideous red gym shorts. As I'm sure you're all aware of Kristen's fun-loving, silly personality, I don't say this lightly because Kristen came running up to me to introduce herself. It wasn't really the most typical greeting. Instead, she locked her arms with mine and with that same arm grabbed my hand like this. And I needed to show people. And we began running around the gym punching people. Yes, punching people. We were jabbing them in the stomach and running away as giggling 12-year-olds. Okay, let's be real here. Kristen obviously isn't some mean, cruel bully, so it wasn't like that at all. We didn't hurt anyone or bully anyone, but to be honest, I still don't quite get it myself. Maybe you can explain. I just followed suit.
I thought you were going to put stomach like a raspberry.
I'll save that one. So Kristen and I have been through quite a lot, about 20 years of friendship here. I think we both taught each other a thing or two. I think clothing was one of the first things here. I'll keep it sweet, but when we entered high school, Kristen dressed, let's say, a few generations beyond her years, even down to her underwear. I had to get one embarrassing thing in there. I'd like to say maybe I helped her in a bit in that category. Oh yeah, she still owns a pair. Funny enough, Kristen's style now way surpasses mine, and I could probably take a few tips from you these days. We also traded out a few friends for some better, kinder, and more loyal ones who join us here today. Thank you. We strengthened each other, and while this was happening, Kristen was teaching me the comfort of cuddles. Lots and lots of cuddles. Kristen loves cuddling. I am from a very Irish and German family. Thank you, Mom, over there. My mama there can vouch for this. And although I'm super proud of where I come from, we're not the most affectionate people. My brother Adam knows that right there.
Yeah.
Affections took me some getting used to. So sleepovers required intertwined legs and Kristen playing with my hair until we fell asleep. And I realized Kristen's entire family was this way, and I loved it so much. This has been a lot of something that surely rubbed off on me in the years, and I can't deny that I'm not happy about it. We had too many sleepovers to count. Kristen one time getting stuck in between my twin-sized bed and my parents and the wall, and I can't exactly recall how this happened or why it was so funny, but we were laughing hysterically. Something to do with an alien and Kristen being trapped when really she just needed to pull herself up. Who knows, we probably went for a drive after that to pick up Megan Hauk over there and casually look at a few fun houses in Payless, blasting Dashboard Confessional and eating Dunkin' Donuts bagels with chive cream cheese. Did you know they recently discontinued the chive cream cheese? I know. So yes, new boyfriends, our first loves, bad breakups and broken hearts, prom, getting our licenses, well, Kristen's multiple attempts at getting her license, and we relied on her because she was the oldest of our clan of 3. And it turns out that apparently you're not supposed to run red lights and stop signs during the test. With the instructor in the yes. From our early teens to our early 30s, Kristen has been a constant in my life. This is why when just last year, during one of the hardest moments in my life, it didn't take for her than a moment to jump on a plane and fly back here to Chicago to be with my mom and my family while we waited what turned out to be really great news about my mom. This is something I will never ever forget, and I hope you know it means the world to me. So many changes and growing we did. We witnessed it all. The days sure aren't as easy as when we're heading off to college envisioning the days that our dorm rooms would be stocked with bagels and cream cheese. That never actually happened, but what did happen was Nick. Let me first start by saying that if there's anyone in this world that I'm going to be picky about, it's going to be the right man for Kristen. The reason is clear. Kristen is not only my best friend, but she's truly one of a kind person. She's one of my favorite humans on this earth, and she is by far one of the most gentle, kind, and loyal people I've ever met. I have to say I got really lucky meeting Kristen. How can one of the most amazing people I know be one of the funniest, silliest, and surely hilarious people you've ever met too? Kristen is all of these, and on top of it all, she's beautiful. She's surely a catch, like you said, Nick. She's a 10. And I don't think I've ever met a boy, a guy, or a man over the years that wouldn't agree with me. Kristen's always had an innocent way of having people fall in love with her almost immediately. And I'm talking about just people in general. She can make friends with like no one I've ever witnessed before, and it's pretty impressive and something I've always envied. So what happened? Well, I was away in Indiana, and Kristen stayed here in Chicago. I probably learned of this new boy over the phone or instant messenger. Nick seemed pretty permanent from the beginning. I don't think I ever heard Kristen talk about a boy the way she talked about Nick. I personally knew there was something special about him from the beginning. He wasn't your average 18-year-old guy, and I think all of us in Kristen's life figured this out pretty quickly. You see, Kristen's first few years of college weren't the easiest, and the fortunate loss of Kristen's dad happened our sophomore year, a day I'm sure many of us remember so clearly. If I were to find any positivity in this event, aside from Mr. Newsom now resting in peace, it was that it was a proving point for Nick. I think we can all imagine how hard it must have been for Kristen and her family, her away at college experiencing some of the hardest years of her teen's life. But she had Nick, a young 19-year-old boy by her side. He didn't need to be, but he wanted to be, and the truth is he obviously never left. He surely was a blessing to the entire Newsom family. I think it's easy to say you got pretty lucky when you got Kristen, but I can't say that because it wouldn't just be fair to you. I think we all know you got pretty lucky too, Kristen, when you met Nick. I just want to say that you're both absolutely amazing people, and I'm so thankful for both of you, and so happy that Nick has come into my life as well. As cliche as it may sound, you two truly were meant for one another, and I couldn't be more sure of something as we sit here tonight on your wedding days. And now, before I take up any more of your time, I could provide more hours of stories. Let's please cheers to Kristen and Nick.